Yo, welcome to another edition of Yo. I am the host of this show, podcast, whatever you call it, excuse me, Del Rico Shelton. What's happening, peoples? Hope y'all had a good week. Today is actually, as I'm recording this, June 6th. NBA Finals started today. Before I can get into that, as always, this program and others are sponsored by Rose Sweets LLC. That's Rose Sweets LLC, the best cupcakes and cake pops in the DMV area. You can check them out at row_sweets_LLC on Facebook and Instagram. Also, as you see, Riverside.fm is providing the good old equipment, the studio session and everything for me. So go ahead and give them a look. Also, please like, share, and subscribe to your boy here. I really appreciate it. I love talking to y'all. I am back on a regular schedule. Well, I ain't going to say regular schedule. So please subscribe and like, and you'll get that little ding every time I pop something up for y'all. I'm not going to do set schedules as of yet. Not until probably NBA Summer League. So you're going to see this face and hear this voice definitely throughout the NBA Finals. And whenever something pops off that is just crazy. Now, I'm going to say something brief. Because a couple people wanted to get my thoughts on Caitlin Clark. Okay, here's the situation. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of hoopla about it, mainly because it's been beaten to death. I'm going to say this. Please do not, my white people, do not get offended with what I'm about to say. The reason why this is such a big deal is because Caitlin Clark is a white girl from Midwest, and she played at Iowa, one of the most predominantly white institutions in America. Was it a cheap shot that Shorty did? Yes. Was it uncalled for? Yes. But you also have to look at the context of what happened. They've been drawing all game. Also, it seems like maybe a play or two before on the opposite end of the court, Caitlin may have gave her an elbow shot or a push or something. You have to go back. Now, do I think Caitlin flopped a little bit? Of course, it's gamesmanship. But was it unnecessary? Hell yeah. It's not unfair treatment that she's getting. If you want to look at unfair treatment or anything like that, people getting beat up, look at Candace Parker when she first came in as a rookie. There have been other rookies in the WNBA that's gotten their ass whooped. She is the one that has the big name. And as a competitor myself, we will not allow a rookie to do whatever they want to do. It's just that simple. So for those that said you are messing with the golden goose. Oh no, everybody knows that she's a golden goose. And I dare say that probably maybe 5 to 10% of the league is jealous or have some sort of resentment towards her. Problem is that they're competitors. The thing is that you're not supposed to allow your opponent to do whatever they want to do. You expected her, to be honest, to come into the WNBA and do what she did in Iowa. These are not 18, 19, or even 20-year-olds. These are grown-ass women. Some of them have had babies. All of them probably got mortgages and bills and families to take care of. You see where I'm going? They're not going to let this girl do what she want to do. Now, on the flip side, she will get better because of this. And you also have to remember, she just left the NCAA and played in the championship game. It's a small turnaround to go into the WNBA. Remember that part also. So sometimes I think her legs are a bit wobbly too. One game she had 30. Last game that I checked out, she had 3. This is how rookies go. Relax. Do I think Caitlin Clark will be a phenomenal WNBA player? Yes. But do not think that she's supposed to come in and do what she did to kids against grown women. That's my 2 cents on that. Now, as I stated earlier, it's game 1 of the NBA Finals. As y'all, if you listen to the podcast, show whatever you want to call it, last time I was here, I said Mavs in 6. I'm still holding to it. But they got their ass whooped tonight. Boston showed why they're the number 1 seed in all of basketball. In the TD Garden, the Boston Celtics whooped up on the Dallas Mavericks by a final score of 107-89. It was a barrage of threes. It was just a barrage of threes. And the problem is that they knew it was coming. As I look at my screen right here, right, I'm looking at the box score. I'm not even looking at the stats per se right now. But you know what? Let me go into the team stats. Let me flip this up. Let me just go to the team stats. Boston shot 47.6. Mavs shot 41.7. The Dallas Mavericks was 7 for 27 from 3. The Boston Celtics was 16 for 42. Free throws, 12 for 19 for Dallas, 13 for 19 for Boston. You see where I'm getting at. Both teams played on the perimeter too much. Boston shot 38.1 from 3, and Dallas shot 25.9. Here's the big problem. The assist total. Boston had 23. Dallas only had 9. There's your ball game. Threes, assists. The rebound total, Boston had 37 and Dallas had 33. So you want to go there? We can, I call that technically to me even. Let me go to the box score. Let me show you some more shit. Jason Tatum played 42 minutes. He was 6 of 16. He had 16 points. You would think that would be No, because again, the threes. Al Horford, 4 for 8, 2 for 5 for 3. He started it, 10 points. Drew Holiday, 12 points, 4 for 9, 2 for 5. Derek White had played 35 minutes, 5 for 11, 3 for 8, 15 points. Jaylen Brown, 37 minutes, 7 for 12, 22 points. Now, Jason Tatum led the team in rebounding. Here's the key that I didn't see coming, not at least in game 1. Kristaps Porzingis had 20 points. He was 8 of 13. He came off the bench. He killed in the first quarter. Now, I'm not too fond of the game plan that Dallas had because they really didn't run the pick and roll the way they did before against Minnesota. But let me get into some nuances with Dallas. P.J. Washington, 14 points, 5 for 11, 0 for 3 from the three-point line. Jones Jr., 5 points, 2 for 9, and got blocked 3 times. 3 times. Daniel Gafford, 8 points. He only had 3 boards. He was 3 for 3. Luka Doncic, 30 points. But here's the key, 10 rebounds. There's 2 key stats I want y'all to pay attention to. Luka Doncic, he got 30 points, but he was 12 for 26. And it looked like, and that knee is starting to bother him. But here's the real key besides that. He had 1 assist. Kyrie Irving had 12 points Played 37 minutes, 6 for 19. He was 0 for 5 for 3. He led the entire team with 2 assists. Two. What Boston did, and Dallas helped them. If you're going to run this pick and roll, which they really, I was surprised they really didn't do it. I think Jason Kidd thought that Porzingis would start. So they had a kind of a weird style of game plan. Now, at one point, Boston was up by 29. Dallas hit a run and got it down to 8 in the third quarter. Then Al Horford 3, Jaylen Brown 3, I want to say Derek White 3, or was it Drew Holiday? That 8-point lead then became 19, game over. I did see some mismatches that Dallas, Jason Kidd may exploit. Jaylen Brown was on Luka at first. Drew was on Kyrie. Derek White was actually on PJ Washington. PJ, if you don't know, PJ is around 6'8". If I remember correctly, 6'8", 6'9". Exploit that matchup. I know Dallas does not play that way. I'm pounding him. Pause. No diddy. Anybody that PJ Washington and pretty much Jason Tatum could roam. Because at one point out of the beginning of the game, he was on Daniel Gafford. They know they're not gonna give Daniel Gafford the ball. This is where Jason Kidd's gonna have to make the adjustment. I'm posting up PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford. If Jason Tatum's on him, scrap the playbook. Stay right there. Go to post up. Go to work. Your athleticism, Jason has no choice but to foul you. PJ Washington, you're 6'8". Go to the block. Get busy. Straight up. Changed it. Kyrie played horrible. First time in Boston in the NBA Finals. He played completely horrible. He slipped a couple of times, lost the ball a couple of times. You know, we all know Kyrie Irving has that ball on the string. For some reason, he didn't have it tonight. I don't think he was that anxious. Now, there's certain nuances as a coach that I noticed. Dallas helped way too much. They overhelped. And what I mean by overhelped is this. Boston game is very, very simple. Drive, kick to the corner. Drive, kick to the slot 3. ISO ball. They force you to come in. And then there's this quick pop outside bucket. I'm telling, if I'm going to, this is kind of what I would say I have a problem with today's NBA. Y'all switch way too damn much. Fight over the screen. If a guard or forward is in a trail technique, so be it. Just hold them up enough so I can get back in front, or at least even. Dallas today overhelped. There was so many times that Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, just drive and kick. If that's Boston's game, Dallas fell into it. And Luka also was uncharacteristically careless with the ball. Jaylen Brown plucked him twice. You can't go. This is not Minnesota. Jaylen Brown got some size on him, Luka. He got some size. Pause. So if you try that spin pluck, Derek White got him because he turned his back. Now, this is where I think, because I want to say the next game is on Sunday. Still got Mavs in 6. Jason Kidd's going to watch this film and going to say, oh, you wait until Luka turned his back. Someone feed out. And what am I going to feed out? If Luka turns his back while driving, whoever leaves their man to go try to strip Luka or double Luka, swing that joint immediately. But Luka has to be ready and understand that someone's coming. Kyrie Irving will not play this bad again. I do not believe so. Kyrie looked like he was out of sync. And like I said, he fell a couple times while dribbling. I know you got your new shoe, but the little Pocahontas shoes, excuse me, I do not want to offend anybody, but look at the shoes that he had on today. They had tassels coming off his shoes. Brown tassels. He looked like he was a professional wrestler with the tassels with shoes. Change shoes. I know Nike is not your brand anymore. I want to say Anita or Atifa, some Attica, something. I want to say the same shoe that Klay Thompson, it has. Even still. Don't wear them joints no more. I expect Kyrie to get busy on game 2. Because no one could stay in front of him. He missed shots that he normally hit. Now, to say that I'm putting Porzingis in every pick and roll, I'm hunting now. That's something Dallas did not do. They did not hunt Porzingis. They did not hunt Al Horford. It was like Jason Kidd's like, okay, unless Jason's playing possum, like, okay, I want to see what y'all do. Which is possible. And I'm looking at it, if I keep rubbing my face, I'm just realizing how fat my face is. Yeah, I lost some few lbs, but, to change the subject, my face looking mighty fat. I'm going to change that. You're going to see a dramatic change in the next couple months. But back to the game. I expect Jason Kidd to make a whole lot of adjustments. Oh, this lineup you putting up? Okay, cool. Porzingis, okay. Here's what I would do. It's just me. Ball comes across half court. Come get it, Kyrie. Let Kyrie hunt the big man. Whether it be Porzingis or Al Horford. Switch that pick and roll. Don't let it be Luka. Let Luka get some rest. And let him spot up. That's what I would do. And on defense, rebound the ball because Drew came out of nowhere, got some boards. They out-hustled y'all. Boston is a finesse team technically, but they will hustle for the ball because of Drew. Everybody gets on the glass. Don't sneak out. Find this old school basketball. Find a person, box him out. Third thing, and this is something that kills me in today's NBA. Stop over helping. Basic basketball, see ball and man. Stop over helping. Also, Dallas Mavericks, if you drive the lane, it's cool to take the little 8-foot floater, 10-foot J. There were so many times I saw Jones Jr. go too deep, pause. Kyrie, Luka, well, pretty much everybody. Another thing I noticed: get Hardy some minutes, Jason. He's hunting his shot. It looks like he can create his own. Dante Exum, who played significant minutes in the Minnesota series, he only had 5. Like I said, Les, he's playing possum, trying to see what they do. Cleaver, who just came back in the last series against Minnesota, he's a 3-point sniper. He does not look ready. I can't use him. Tim Hardaway Jr., time to brush him off right now. Time to brush him off. Overall, this was a decent ass whooping by the Celtics. Give them credit. I'm a Laker. I hope y'all lose still. That's another reason. I mean, I'm being real. I don't want y'all to get 18 before us. And I know people want me to. I know the big news is Danny Hurley is possibly going to be my Lakers coach, possibly tomorrow because they're supposed to be meeting. I'll comment on that if and when it happens. I'm not going to get myself in an uproar. Not yet. Not yet. So that's the NBA coverage. I spoke about Caitlin Clark. But there was something else that caught my attention. Pretty much it caught everybody's freaking attention. And I'm trying to find it now. I found it.
Here are the original.
Let me pause that real quick. Representative Byron Dobbins of Florida. Black Republican. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. He come under some fire in a conference. Excuse me, my chain is choking me. A few days ago, where he said some stuff. And I'm trying to.
But here are the.
I'm trying to get it ready. Because I wanted to be in context. Earlier today, he was interviewed by, I cannot remember her name, but I know CNN anchor Abby. I can't remember her last name. Please forgive me. Like I said, he come under scrutiny because he said that apparently black families were better off in Jim Crow. I'm going to play in total context what he said, because I'm a fair dude. I'm going to play it. Matter of fact, let me do it now. Let me get the phone ready.
As an adult, I look at my father and I say, bro, I don't know what happened. But you my father and I love you. Wow. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. Wow. But I'm going to tell you this. Growing up, the one thing I wanted to do, and this is not about my father, this is about what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a father to my son. Wow. And so,
pause real quick. This is courtesy of CNN, by the way.
One of the things that's actually happening in our culture, which you're now starting to see in our politics, is the reinvigoration of black families with younger black men and black women. And that is also helping to breed the revival of a black middle class in America. You see, during Jim Crow, the black family was together. During Jim Crow, more black people were not just conservative, because black people always have been conservative minded, but more black people voted conservatively. And then HEW, Lyndon Johnson, and then you go down that road, and now we are where we are. What's happened in America the last 10 years, and I say it because it's my contemporaries, it's Wesley's contemporaries, you're starting to see more black people being married in homes, raising kids. And when you home with your wife raising your kids, and then you look at the world, you're saying, "Now wait a minute, time out. This does not look right. How can I get something to my kids?" It goes back to the conversation of generational wealth. Not just having a job, generational wealth.
That was the whole context, my peeps. To be fair. And Miss Abby continued. After that, Miss Abby interviewed him. I can't go into the whole context of the interview. It's too long. It's really too long. You can go on YouTube, just type in Byron Donald Jim Crow. And you'll see it on it'll pop up on CNN. He also did an interview with Joy Reid. And Joy Reid played the context too. All I'm gonna say is this: the black women, Joy Reid and Miss Abby, did pretty much do their job in interviewing him, and he did a whole lot of flexion. He said it was taken out of pretty much in context. What he was saying was around that time frame. Didn't mean it as Jim Crow per se. Then he went on and said back in the day, black people voted Republican. The policies of Lyndon B. Johnson broke up the black family. Da 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 da. He is gaslighting, because what happens is he doesn't put the whole context in. Black people, yes, voted Republican way back when. I know it's hard to find. And another thing, they keep pushing this narrative, especially people like him, that black families and black men are going to vote Republican for Trump. 86. Here's the thing: 92% of black women vote Democrat. 86% of black men vote Democrat. He's part of that 14% that'll vote Trump no matter what. Even though Miss Abby pulled out stats saying that we have the lowest unemployment under Joe Biden. We had the biggest economic growth, I'm speaking as black people, under Joe Biden. He says inflation. Yes, inflation hits us differently because we're on the grand scale when it comes to economy. We're on the low scale as a collective, not you and me, as a collective. But inflation, I keep telling everybody, is simple. Prices go up, your wages don't. Who controls the wages? Corporations. Who most likely is under corporations' thumb? Publicans. But let me go back. Yes, there was a time that black people voted Republican during the Jim Crow era. Before that, really. Because, honestly speaking, the Republicans in that time frame, I'm talking earlies, were the Democrats. And the Democrats were the Republicans as of now. See, what he's not doing is being honest. It's called the Southern Strategy. Please look it up. This is where the parties pretty much flipped ideologies. The Southern Democrats became the Republicans of today. Okay? and the Northern Republicans, or West Coast Republicans, the more liberal ones, became the Democratic Party as of today. So when they say the party of Lincoln, Lincoln would technically be a Democrat today. When he says about the policies and welfare of Lyndon B. Johnson, that's kind of sort of true because of welfare and stuff. But he forgets to tell, and Miss Abby during that interview said something that he never really answered. That's what most Republicans do. They really try to dance around the question and say, "Well, the Democrats," and that if you're not, I don't want to say intelligent enough, but if you are street smart, you're going to catch it. If you got common sense, really, and you listen to him, you're going to catch it. He's a dude that tries to that is very articulate. And I know us black people hate hearing that word when it comes to us. But he knows how to put his words together to make it seem like he knows what he's talking about. You know the dude that's always around the corner that says the big words and just has a certain thing. You like, damn, he really knows what he's talking about. Then you go on later on and you research what the fuck he says. Like, this dude don't know shit. Or he's trying to game you. This is what this dude does. Tim Scott does. They never really answer the question direct. And here's what is that Miss Abby said to him in the interview. Why is it when there's welfare involved, Republicans in particular always go to the black family? He danced all the way around that. Well, statistically, for the past 40 to 50 years, single white women use welfare more than anybody else in the country. That's including Latinos, Native American, Asian, and blacks. Yes, black families are people getting married younger. That part is somewhat true. He didn't mention the divorce rate though, which throughout the country is roughly about 50%. He's not gonna mention that. He's not gonna mention those. And if he wants to get technical, if he would have said that black families, black marriages were on the up, were higher up in the 1920s, 30s, all the way to 1960, he'd have been a lot more cleaner saying that. He'd be wrong because statistics show that marriage is around the same, even to this day. The difference is the divorce rate is higher. Not the marriage is about the same, but the divorce rate is higher. See just a little sprinkle my peoples that I just told y'all. Y'all be like, damn. Dudes like him get on my nerves. I've seen dudes like him all my damn life. And quite frankly, I fought a couple of them. Because you're not going to play me with your bullshit. When someone pulls out legit facts in front of these people, they deflect and they say it's the whataboutism. Well, the Democrats and Joe Biden and Trump. No. Statistics show black family and black people have done better under Biden. My problem with Democrats is y'all will refuse to say this shit. Then he tried to spin it. Hakeem Jeffries. Hakeem did what he's supposed to do. And Byron said he's gaslighting. He shouldn't have said Jim Crow. See, my problem is that your party wants to turn back time. It's 2024. No one's turning this shit back. Matter of fact, more liberals have more successful. I'm just saying for this is my experience. More liberals that get married tend to be probably more happier than conservatives. Because there's a plan in place. And if you want to go with the family, and you keep mentioning Donald Trump, he cheated on each one of his wives with a new wife. He got 3 baby mamas. Every stereotype that you say black men are, Donald Trump is. Baby mamas. Lies a lot. Theft. Fraud. Criminal behavior. It's Donald Trump. Just got convicted on 34 counts. Judge in Florida trying to save his bacon by indefinitely suspending the trial, which affects Georgia. Because Fannie's going to get him. Now they're really scared because Fannie's going to get him. Mr. James White is going to get him. Here's a question that I want to know too, now that I'm thinking about it. And I tried to look this up yesterday, but nothing's really concrete. By him let's say Trump becomes president of the United States. There's like 50 countries he can't go into because he's a felon. Can he even get security clearance on most things? That's the part that's like it's not concrete. Can he get security clearance? Because technically it's a money situation. It's not no murder or assault or anything like that. But I couldn't really find anything that says, yeah, he can still get security clearance. Some things said yes, some things said no. Let me correct myself. So I'm not sure. I'm going to holler at one of my government employee people, and hopefully they can give me the answer. I don't know. But this dude right here, Byron Donald, and I'm looking at my phone because he disgusts me. Now, I have no problem. Love who you want to love. Love who you want to love. I looked up his wife. His wife's white. Love who you love. But if you're going to say things on a black family, and like you said, you don't know what happened between your mom and your dad. Love who you want to love. I've always had a problem, especially on the Republican side, because I'm going to be real, on the liberal side, I see that all the time. Black, white, white, black, black, Latino, white. Hell, I saw Latino and Asian couple. I'm like, damn, that's liberal. Straight liberal. Because it could traditionally conservative values, if you go back to Jim Crow, they don't like that. Just a thought. And it's rumored that he might be in the running for Donald Trump's VP, vice president, if you want me to get technical. Byron Donald would make me sick, and dudes like him. I have no problem with black Republicans. I have no problem with black conservatives. When you come with bullshit, you're trying to play in my face. I got a problem with that. Another thing I noticed is that conservatives are way more emotional than liberals. They don't want to admit that, but they are. They're the real snowflakes. And for my conservative people, yes, you are. You are the real snowflakes. Because a fact is a fact. What your fact has nothing to do with your emotion. Take your emotion out. Here's the fact. You may not like it, but here it is. This dude is a crook, a charlatan, a con artist. And I'm not talking about Trump. Just because you can say things eloquently, Mr. Byron Dobbins, if you don't hear, if you can see it right here, that's the interview. Check it out. I mean, see for yourself. I'm done with this dude, man. I saw him on the Stephen A. Smith show maybe about 6 months ago. And when I was listening to it in my car, I'm like, that's bullshit. This bullshit. That's bullshit. Okay, that's true, but you're not telling the whole thing in context. He's a pure politician. He gotta go too. Family values my ass. I got problems with stuff like that, yo. Love who you love. And some people are gonna take my thing out of context. Rico, you're being kind of racial with him having a white wife. No, I'm not. The problem is that if you're gonna speak on this stuff, be factual. If you're gonna speak on this stuff, the optics show you are bullshitting. Love who you love. I don't care if you married a white woman. She could be polka dot paisley with a green stripe coming down the middle of her face. I don't care. But don't try to spin bullshit in my face. Nah, man. That's not flying with me. I'm getting up out of here, man. Because this dude, every time I think about this dude, he pisses me off. And he was up there during the trial with Trump. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. You want to contest with Joe saying Jim Crow, but you didn't put Look at the interview with Miss Abby. Listen to the whole 10 minutes. And then he said, there's certain parts of the interview, you're not letting, can I answer? You're not answering shit because she's asking you something and you dancing. Saying everything but what the question entails, the answer for the question. But I'm out. Once again, summarize, gave my spiel on Caitlin Clark. Hopefully this puts that to bed. Mavericks get the ass whooped by the Celtics 107-89. And I just spoke on Byron Dobbins. I'm going to see y'all probably Sunday for game 2 of the NBA Finals. And probably a recap of the UFL playoffs. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's Michigan at Birmingham. And San Antonio ain't St. Louis. I'll give y'all my thing with that because I like UFL. But I'm out. As I always tell y'all, every single day, me and y'all rap. Oh, thank you again, Roll Sweets LLC, for the sponsorship. That's Roll _ Sweets _ LLC. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram and rollsweetsllc@gmail.com. Shoot them a message for the best cake pops and cupcakes in the DMV area. I'm going to be out. I'm going to bed. I see y'all when I see y'all. And like I normally do, and tell y'all, may Father and the ancestors take care of you, your loved ones, and anybody else you care about. See y'all later. Peace.